So I just wanted to quickly ask Mr. Dharyal, you mentioned that when you were talking about section 89, 92A and 93, you said that any official who violates the managing director of a company or whatever. Now these companies, are they public sector undertakings, or even this does it apply to private companies also?
Anybody. Section 90. People should read. In fact, in the amendment, proposed amendment, section 90 was not mentioned because it is a consequential this thing. So section 89 में जो प्रावधान है, those प्रावधान would be applicable here.
Okay, so the private sector also is is covered.
Yes. You can read section 90 if you want. I can read it, but then it will take a lot of time.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, Gurbaksh Singh, you can ask your question, please.
Sir, my first question is: is there any national helpline for the persons with disabilities so that they can ask their policies and schemes, and if they need any help?
You see, national helplines are there. Different helplines are there. I think one is maintained by Highway, George. But then those
central government, under central government.
It is in collaboration with central government. Our national institutes also have.
Okay.
National institute also. But then, personally, I have telephoned, used those. I don't remember what these numbers are, but then the person who answers those calls do not have enough information.
Do not have
enough information. Let's say about the schemes, they may not be able to. But then what they will say, they will direct you to the website. And in fact, the best thing I think is the website of the department. I have seen at times everything may not be right, but then for schemes, etc., you will find those in that website.
Okay, sir. Second question is the job identifying committees list. If we want to have, from where we can get it?
The latest list is of 2013 list of identified posts. That is available. That was available in CCPD's website. It is available in State Commissioner for Persons with Disability Delhi. I have put it. It is there. You will find most of the information in SCPD's website. DISCOMM .in. You Google State Commissioner for Persons with Disabilities Delhi or Department of Empowerment of Persons with Disabilities website also, you will find that list.
Sir, I want to ask one thing more, that if we have to take the concession in the plane, 25% is there, but how can we take it?
So it is only Indian Airlines.
Yes.
So they have a form. When you apply for it, you will have to apply, give your disability certificate, and they will. I have personally not done it myself. Probably Mr. George would be able to better share his experience, whether there are any hiccups in that.
Yeah, I have actually used this concession in the past. You have to provide your disability certificate and book your tickets. They give you the discount. But I have stopped using that because now if you book your tickets well in advance,
yes, they are
you get much cheaper. You get much cheaper tickets.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So that very few people use this concession form, because the concession is applied on the full rate of the ticket.
Okay.
So in fact, it will be dearer.
Yeah, it will be costlier. Yes.
Yeah.
So maybe somebody else can now ask the question.
Yeah. Thanks, Shruti, for unmuting.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Shruti, for unmuting me. This is Srinivasu from Bangalore.
Yes.
Dharyal Saab, thank you for wonderful talk, and you actually gave a lot of information. I have one specific question related to similar to DDA you have in Delhi, and we have something called BDA in Bangalore. So what happens is there are few organizations who actually run the organization under the property which is given as lease by BDA, and there is actually even there is an organization which is running for 30 plus years at a property which is given to them in a lease, under lease. And when the lease policy says that the lease amount has to be paid at 1.5% of the property cost, and which actually go in that particular area, it actually goes in multiple crores, right? And especially when in this for not-for-profit organizations where the revenue depends on the contributions from the community and so on, and they also have their own struggles when they really work, right? So is there any intervention that the state commissioner or CCD or any department?
No, you want that for institution?
Institution, yes.
You see that how it reads is this 5% reservation in allotment of land on concessional rate where such land is to be used for the purpose of promoting housing, shelter, setting up of occupation, business, enterprise, recreation centers and production center. Now, if it falls, earlier it was very clear. Earlier in 95 Act, it was more clear. I mean, the things were given in section 42. But then I don't know whether this will fall. If it is for housing, yes.
If it is for a disability organization, okay, let's say NAB.
You see, it will be covered under this for setting up. But it's a very difficult occupation business.
Yeah, if you want, we can talk offline. I can call you later.
I think they may say no to it. It is not. Earlier it was. It is not now.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Next question.
Yeah, Ramakanji, you can ask your question. आपको unmute करना पड़ेगा अपने end से. हाँ.
नमस्कार धरियाल सर.
नमस्कार रमाकांत जी.
मेरा ये अनुभव रहा है सर कि ज्यादातर जो अपना CCPD का कार्यालय है वो सलाहकार या परामर्शदाता की भूमिका में ज्यादा रहता है, न्यायाधीश की भूमिका में कम. एक केस मैंने फाइल किया था सन 2015 में UGC और CBSE के अगेंस्ट में. जो नेट एग्जाम कराया था उन्होंने कुछ अनियमितताएं थी, कुछ विषयों के प्रश्न पत्र ब्रेल में नहीं प्रदान किए गए थे, जिससे कईयों का जो इंटरेस्ट है वो सफर किया. तो 1.5 साल बाद तो उसमें नंबर आया हियरिंग का. मैं स्वयं अपनी ओर से मैंने आर्ग्यू किया था और उसमें लास्ट में उन्होंने बस ये सलाह दे दी UGC और CBSE को कि अगली बार से ऐसा मत कीजिए. मतलब पहले जो हुआ है उसका कुछ उन्होंने नहीं किया कि री एग्जामिनेशन कराया जाए या जिन विषयों में ब्रेल में प्रश्न पत्र नहीं दिए गए
मैं रिस्पॉन्ड करूं.
संभवतः आप भी रहे होंगे और चीफ कमिश्नर कमलेश पांडे सर थे.
नहीं, हाँ, मैं उस समय नहीं था.
और भी
मैं 2015 मैं नहीं था. लेकिन मैं स्टेट कमिश्नर
16 नवंबर 2016 की बात है ये जी.
हाँ, मैं तब नहीं था. मैं नहीं था.
तब नहीं थे.
एनीवे, होता भी तो मैं बताऊं. उसमें हम क्या करते हैं, जैसे दिल्ली में तो बहुत सारे ऐसे केसेस आते हैं. ये आप डिपेंड करता है आप किस तरह से उसको लेते हैं. मुझे ये लगता है कि यस, सलाहकार तो नहीं बोलना चाहिए, रिकमेंडेटरी अथॉरिटी है, कोर्ट नहीं है. ये बहुत क्लियर है. ठीक है, फुल कोर्ट नहीं है. क्वासी जुडिशियल अथॉरिटी है, नंबर 2. ठीक है. और लेकिन उसको मैं समझता हूँ कि बहुत जबरदस्त पावर इसलिए है कि मैं चीज को एनालाइज करूं और मैं उस केस में ये बोलता कि भाई यू हैव वायलेटेड सो एंड सो प्रोविजन ऑफ दिस एक्ट एंड सो rule of UGC or some MHRD, right? So therefore this actually attracts section 89 of the act, which amounts to penalty, imposition of penalty. Then I would say, now that you have done it and do this, I recommend as under. तो उसमें हम रिकमेंडेशन करते हैं कि विदिन 10 days, विदिन 15 days, so many days आप ये काम करें. अगर आप नहीं, फिर मैं हर एक ऑर्डर आप दिल्ली कमिश्नर की वेबसाइट में देखें, हर एक ऑर्डर में नीचे लिखा होगा कि एज पर सेक्शन 89 ऑफ द एक्ट you are as per section 82 of the act, you are supposed to implement this recommendation. You are directed to implement it within 3 months. If you don't, if you can't, then you give the reasons within 3 months. And if you don't, then you are liable to be tried by the
मैं थोड़ा
तो
इंटरप्शन
अगर
के लिए
आप
माफी
देखिए, अगर
चाहूंगा
आप
सर।
ऐसा
हाँ जी।
लिखेंगे, इतना ही पावर है, इतना ही पावर स्टेट कमिश्नर को या चीफ कमिश्नर को है, लेकिन उसको आप कैसे लिखते हैं उसमें। अगर मैं किसी को पहले ही बहुत ही माइल्ड लैंग्वेज में या बिना आधार के, बिना सपोर्टिंग प्रोविजंस के लिखूं, तो वो बड़े काफी कमजोर रह जाता है, लोग बॉदर नहीं करते हैं। अगर आप उनको धमका के, और ये धमकाया भी, और दूसरा ये भी बोले कि लुक, दिस इज द वायलेशन यू हैव डन, यू आर लायबल टू बी पनिश्ड, तो उससे फर्क पड़ता है। मेरा तो मुझे ऐसे लगा।
मैं जी हाँ, मैं ये कहना चाह रहा था सर, माफी चाहता हूँ हस्तक्षेप के लिए, लेकिन उस मामले को मैंने प्रस्तुत इस ढंग से किया था कि भाई ये जो मैटर है उससे कुछ चीजें प्रभावित हुई बाद में भी, क्योंकि ओएनजीसी ने जो राजभाषा अधिकारी के लिए पद निकाले थे उसमें नेट का ही उन्होंने कंडीशन रखा था, नेट को बेस बनाया था। हालांकि यूजीसी नेट का ज्यादातर यूज लेक्चरशिप में होता है, लेकिन उस साल जो है ओएनजीसी ने राजभाषा अधिकारी के लिए भी नेट मांगा था, तो उस हिंदी का प्रश्न पत्र ही विशेष करके उन्होंने ब्रेल में प्रोवाइड नहीं कराया था। उसके चलते बहुतों का पेपर गड़बड़ हो गया जिन लोगों ने राजभाषा अधिकारी के लिए अप्लाई किया।
नहीं, उसमें एक रिकमेंडेशन अगर ऐसी
प्रस्तुत किया था
देखिए,
मैंने,
अगर उसको प्रस्तुत करते हैं, अगर उसको ये बहुत ऐसे एविडेंस के आधार पर ये लगता कि ये इस एग्जाम को दोबारा करना चाहिए, तो ये डायरेक्शन दी जा सकती है, ये रिकमेंडेशन दी जा सकती थी, डिपेंड। लेकिन इसमें मैं कमेंट नहीं करूंगा, उससे भी क्या हो सकता है, क्या नहीं। अगर ऐसे फैक्ट्स होते हैं, ऐसा भी किया जा सकता है, और ये जरूरी नहीं कि वो माने, ये जरूर है कि
जी हाँ।
Okay, we'll go to the next person.
हाँ जी सर, बस यही था।
थैंक यू।
हाँ, रविंद्र यादव, आपको कोई सवाल है? You want to ask a question, Ravindra? You can unmute from your end.
हाँ सर, am I audible, sir?
Yes, you are.
Yes. Thank you, sir, for nice lecture, sir. Very nice. I found it very knowledgeable.
Thank you.
सर, आपने कहा कि एविडेंस, मतलब अगर कोई हमको धमकाता है, डराता है, तो उसके लिए हम लोग क्या एविडेंस रखना चाहिए हम लोगों को और बैकअप के लिए?
देखिए 92A में एक तो है पब्लिक व्यू में होना चाहिए। किसी ने आपको गाली दिया, कोई धमकाया, कुछ किया, तो इट शुड बी इन पब्लिक व्यू। पब्लिक व्यू में डेफिनेटली कोई आपके पास सपोज रिकॉर्डिंग है, आपने मोबाइल में रिकॉर्डिंग किया है, किसने वीडियो किया है, उसके आधार पर मैंने बहुत सारे केसेस दिल्ली में करे हैं, जिसके कि एक तो उनको प्रस्तुत किया जा सकता है। या कोई इफ देयर इज समबडी हु हैज सीन दिस रेडी टू बी विटनेस,
ओके,
एंड देन immediately after that happens, one must go to the police station and file an FIR. और इनफैक्ट वो केस तो सीधे ही, जरूरी नहीं है उसको स्टेट कमिश्नर के पास भी आए। स्टेट कमिश्नर या चीफ कमिश्नर का रोल तो तब आएगा कि जब वो पुलिस वाला आपका FIR दर्ज करने के लिए मना कर रहा हो।
राइट सर, राइट। और टाइम काफी होगा तो अपन नहीं कर सकेंगे सर ना उसको?
न, वो जो किसी भी दूसरे केस में एप्लीकेबल रूल होगा वही होगा, ऐसी नहीं बात है। ऐसा नहीं कि उसका टाइम लिमिट अगर किसी चीज में लगा के लिए है तो तभी होगा, अदरवाइज नहीं। अदरवाइज आप कर सकते हैं, बाद में भी कर सकते हैं।
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू वेरी मच।
वेलकम।
Kavya, you can ask your question. Kavya?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, please tell me.
Sir, I'm Kavya from Kerala. I just yes, sir. I have to ask. Yes, sir. Sir, एक women with disabilities के लिए कुछ special provisions है क्या?
नहीं, क्या disability?
Women with
disabilities.
Yes. Women with disability के लिए अगर जो ये मैंने रिजर्वेशन की बात बोली है, पहली बार हमारे ये एक्ट में प्रावधान है, the preference women with disabilities will be given preference in allotment of land etc. ये प्रावधान। सो ये बहुत अच्छी बात है कि बल्कि एक मेरे पास एक केस आया था, केस नहीं आया था, कोई टीवीसी है ना, टाउन वेंडिंग कमेटी होती है जो रेडी लगाते हैं या टाउन वेंडिंग करते हैं, अपना बिजनेस अपना कुछ बेचते हैं, बेच के अपना काम चलाते हैं। तो उसमें एक ये था कि 2-3 कंडीशन उन्हें लगाई थी रूल में, दिल्ली गवर्नमेंट में था, सुप्रीम कोर्ट का ऑर्डर है उसमें। तो उन्होंने बोला कि सब थंब लगा के करना चाहिए, है ना, थंब इम्प्रेशन होगा। देन उसमें उसी को लेकर के मैंने अगर किसका थंब नहीं होगा तो क्या लगाएंगे, आपने ये नहीं दिया इसलिए वो करो। दूसरा ये है कि इसमें आपने विडोज को बोला है कि प्रेफरेंस देंगे, तो आई सेड विडो विद डिसेबिलिटी को उनके ऊपर रखिए। तो सिमिलरली अभी जो आपको ये याद होगा, मैंने एक चिट्ठी लिखी है गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया को, उसका रिमाइंडर भी दे दिया मैं, ये कि जो एक्स ग्रेशिया ऑफ ₹1,000 देने को बोला है, तो हमने उनको अपना मिनिस्ट्री को बोला एंड देन उसके बाद मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ रूरल डेवलपमेंट को बोला कि देखिए साहब, ये एक्ट के अनुसार सेक्शन 24 या 25 के अनुसार ये है कि आपको द पर्सन विद डिसेबिलिटी शुड बी गिवन at least 25% higher amount than others. So among these older people, women, widows and all this, if there is somebody with disability, then that person has to be given minimum at least 25% higher amount. ये इस तरह के प्रावधान है।
सर एक और क्वेश्चन है सर, एजुकेशन में एक स्टूडेंट को रिजर्वेशन के अलावा और क्या फैसिलिटीज हैं जो देने के लिए एक यूनिवर्सिटी बाध्यस्थ है?
देखिए, यूनिवर्सिटी देने के लिए बाध्य नहीं है, एक्सेप्ट फॉर रीजनेबल अकोमोडेशन, जिसको बोलते हैं हम रीजनेबल अकोमोडेशन है। रीजनेबल अकोमोडेशन हर एक की रिक्वायरमेंट के अनुसार उन्हें देना चाहिए। एक तो ये हो गया, और फिर दूसरा जो स्क्राइब है, एक्स्ट्रा टाइम जिसको हम कंपेंसेटरी टाइम बोलते हैं, एक्स्ट्रा टाइम बोलना अच्छा नहीं, तो कंपेंसेटरी टाइम है फॉर राइटिंग एंड देन किसी को उसके से लैपटॉप में काम एग्जाम देने अलाउ करना है, इस तरह की चीज़ें हैं। लेकिन आप किस चीज़ को मांग रहे हैं, उसमें अगर आपको गाइडलाइन पढ़ेंगे यूनिवर्सिटीज़ का तो उसमें मिलेगा। और लेकिन मुझे याद है जब मैं डिप्टी चीफ कमिश्नर था तो पांडिचेरी यूनिवर्सिटी में एक मेरे फ्रेंड रजिस्ट्रार हुआ करते थे, तो उनको हम
स्टडीइंग इन पांडिचेरी यूनिवर्सिटी।
ओह दैट्स वेरी गुड। आपका यूनिवर्सिटी ने अपना जो डिसेबिलिटी क्या है डे, इंटरनेशनल डिसेबिलिटी डे मनाने के लिए, आपका वेबसाइट में अभी भी गूगल करेंगे TD धारियाल तो उसमें आता है, आपने वो कर दिया। तो वो ये था, उसमें ये था कि उन्हें बोला हम पर्सन विद डिसेबिलिटी को ये कर रहे हैं, ये कर, बहुत सारी चीजें बताई, मैं भूल गया क्या क्या चीज था। आई सेड इफ यू आर डूइंग दैट, मुझे अपना प्रोस्पेक्टस भेजो, अपने रजिस्ट्रार से, सॉरी VC साहब से चिट्ठी लिखो, तो आपको मैं रेकमेंड करूंगा, मैं 2 काम करूंगा। एक तो काम ये करूंगा कि सभी UGC को लिखूंगा, सभी यूनिवर्सिटीज को, सभी IITs को आप ये बोला ये काम करें, और गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया को रेकमेंड करूंगा कि आपको नेशनल अवार्ड मिले। तो आपकी यूनिवर्सिटी को उसी आधार पर नेशनल अवार्ड मिला हुआ है। और दूसरा, उसकी वजह से UGC ने सभी यूनिवर्सिटीज को और IITs, IIMs को लिखा। और जब मैं IIT दिल्ली कभी जाता हूँ, खैर मैं पांडिचेरी में तो गई, बहुत ही अच्छा आपका दोनों कैंपस, उतना ये बैटरी ऑपरेटेड ये है, वो लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स, देन फीस भी माफ कर देते हैं आपके वहाँ, है ना, फीस भी माफ है, हॉस्टल फ्री है। तो वैसा बहुत सारी और यूनिवर्सिटी ने किया। अगर यूनिवर्सिटी ने एक बार ये रूल बना दिया तो देन दैट बिकम्स योर राइट।
ओके सर, एक और लास्ट क्वेश्चन सर, पंचायत वगैरह के जो सरकारी अधिकारी हैं, उन लोगों को इस RPWD एक्ट के बारे में जानकारी देने के लिए, अवगत कराने के लिए कुछ प्रावधान उठाए जाते हैं?
सेक्शन 39 जो मैं कह रहा था, सेक्शन 39 में पंचायत पब्लिक रिप्रेजेंटेटिव हैं, पंचायती राज इंस्टीट्यूशन जो रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स हैं, जजेस हैं, लॉयर्स हैं, गवर्नमेंट ऑफिशियल्स हैं, सबका होना है। जैसे दिल्ली में हमने, हमारे वहाँ पंचायत तो नहीं है, मैंने सभी MLAs के लिए, दिल्ली के MLAs के लिए 2 बार वर्कशॉप किया है ऑन दिस। मैंने सभी जजेस के लिए जो कोर्ट्स है, लोअर कोर्ट है, चाहे वो साकेत कोर्ट है, ये कोर्ट है, वो जो कोर्ट है, उन सभी कोर्ट्स में भी मैंने दो तीन तीन सभी के लिए एक एक वर्कशॉप किया है. एडवोकेट तो वो हर एक के लिए है बेटे.
Okay, on the subject of education, Meet Modi is also asking, as per the guidelines of 2016, UGC has allowed to give exams through computer, but universities are still not allowing. So in this case, what can he do?
He should file a complaint. He should file a complaint. They can't do that. It is already there in the guidelines also, that if somebody wants, one can appear. Use the laptop, and there are certain very clear instructions. Not this, but the earlier instructions also, which were framed during my time, that you will check the computer of the candidate, that there is nothing related, nothing available related to the examination, so that he cannot, he can't do cheating or she can't do cheating. They can't say no to it. In fact, we made, it was very, very long ago that computers were allowed.
Is this in all universities or only in Delhi University?
Everybody has to do this. They can't say no.
Across the country.
Yeah.
Okay, Srushti has a question. Please go ahead, Srushti.
You see, Department of Empowerment of Persons with Disabilities guidelines very clearly say so, which are applicable across the country.
Oh, yes, sir.
Srushti.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Srushti.
So yes, I have a question. Like in CBSE, one of my friend, the private schools didn't allow him admission. I live in Udaipur, but they all refused to admit him because of his blindness. And secondly, I study in a state university, so the provisions of UGC, like using laptops, and are all these applicable to them also?
One, the CBSE, any school, neighborhood school has been defined in RTE Act, right?
Yes.
And if that school falls under the definition of the school as defined in RTE, they cannot refuse admission to any child with disability. It is very clear.
Okay, sir.
It's very clear.
I think CBSE also very clearly lays down that you can't refuse a disabled child.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And I think the second question, I think Mr. Dharyal has also already answered.
That UGC thing I've already told you.
Yeah, that technology, computers can be used to write your exam.
Yes, sir.
So Amit is asking a follow-up question, saying that he's talked to the deputy registrar, who said you can stop your studies and stay home. So where should he complain now?
My God, that deputy registrar has committed to this thing. Number one is that section 92A. He has humiliated that person, that boy. He should file a complaint. It's in Rajasthan. Is it in Rajasthan?
I'm trying to unmute him. Meet if you can hear me.
Let me say, if it is Rajasthan government, university under Rajasthan government, the state commissioner of Rajasthan. If it is the central university, then chief commissioner.
Okay, all right. So, I hope that answers your question, Meet.
So he needs to complain about the abuse and intimidation. He should also complain about the violation of his right to write his exam using technology.
Yes.
Yeah.
सर नमस्कार, शिवशंकर कपूर एमपी से.
जी कपूर साहब बताइए.
सर बहुत साधारण सा प्रश्न है मेरा कि जो कमिश्नर है डिसेबिलिटी का, वो स्टेट हो या सेंटर हो, क्या वो अकेला रहेगा या डिप्टी कमिश्नर की भी संभावना रहती है?
वो डिपेंड करता है राज्य सरकार किस तरह के ऑफिसर्स को उनको देते हैं.
अच्छा.
जनरली उनको स्ट्रेंथन करना चाहिए. डिप्टी कमिश्नर हो या डिप्टी डायरेक्टर हो या डिप्टी असिस्टेंट कमिश्नर हो, जरूर डेफिनेटली उनको सपोर्ट करने के लिए देना पड़ेगा. अकेला कमिश्नर नहीं कर पाएगा.
जी बहुत अच्छा. सर रीजनेबल अकोमोडेशन का बताया आपने साथ में, तो ये एम्प्लॉइज के लिए कैसे लागू होगा रीजनेबल अकोमोडेशन?
रीजनेबल अकोमोडेशन का एक प्रावधान ये कोविड-19 के दौरान का समझिए है कि वो मान लिया आने जाने का ट्रांसपोर्टेशन फैसिलिटीज नहीं है, ब्लाइंड व्यक्तियों को सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग करने में बड़ा प्रॉब्लम है, ये सब चीज़ें. तो इसमें रीजनेबल और सबको बुलाएंगे, ठीक है, पर्सन विद डिसेबिलिटीज को नहीं बुलाएंगे, ऐसा डीओपीटी का OMBA. This is reasonable accommodation.
All right. We have a question from Namrata Rajwani saying if you can give some insight on employment of persons with disabilities in corporate sector.
Look, for corporate sector, there are no directions, no directives, no mandatory pravdhan. But every establishment, as I said, must have an equal opportunity policy. So they should, every company has to give equal opportunity to persons with disabilities. In the matter of recruitment.
Is this a law or
law? Yes. Section 20. No. Section, I'll give you section 20, 21. They have to. It's a mandatory one. In fact, in Delhi, I summoned people and made them. Delhi is the only state where I don't know, now it must have crossed so many. We have started registering the equal opportunity policy. It's very important that every establishment has to frame a equal opportunity policy, register it with the state commissioner or the chief commissioner, as the case may be, and then the rules also tell what are the things that you will mention in your equal opportunity policy. Equal opportunity policy section 21, I will read. Every establishment means government as well as private, shall notify equal opportunity policy detailing measures proposed to be taken by it in pursuance of the provisions of the chapter in the manner as may be prescribed by the government. Central government has already prescribed this in which manner it should be, and that equal opportunity policy has to be registered with the state commissioner.
Okay.
So what's your experience? Are people actually doing this?
I had to, as I told you, Delhi I have very good experience in the sense I had given one advertisement. I had given notices to every government department, and I asked the concerned authorities, say MCD, corporations and the tax department. In fact, tax commissioner ko humne bahut stricture pass kiya tha, and it was very, very, I don't know, if you go through my orders, you will find that. I told them this is, I was very sort of very harsh on them, commissioner of tax.
What about private companies?
A lot of private companies. In fact, in Delhi, it was the first establishment to register the equal opportunity policy was a private company, that is Saket mein kaun sa hai mall, Select City Mall. And then in fact all these state commissioners have taken including chief commissioner's office had taken from Delhi, from my office, वो number कैसे दें, register करने कैसे करें, because it has to be registered. So I have developed a system how it should be registered. तो वो दिल्ली में तो करीब सभी कर रहे हैं, लेकिन unfortunately today there is no officer who has the charge of state commissioner. This is the neglect that I see everywhere as far as the disability is concerned. If you do not have a state commissioner, then you can't expect much, because
we don't have a chief commissioner also just now.
We have at least additional charge. Secretary is having additional charge. In Delhi, we do not have even additional charge. And you see, after I took over as the state commissioner, the number of complaints in Delhi increased manifold. I think it was 4-5 times. And now, it's very sorry to say that there are no people are not filing any complaint. See, if you have to have a state commissioner and the chief commissioner who is really very, very tough. State commissioner should not spare even his own staff, own officers. It's a heinous crime. कि disabled को आप परेशान करेंगे तो it's a more than heinous crime. Anyway, I have another meeting. I'm getting from Dr. Sarah. Yeah, please quickly. But then I'm
Rashmi,
here.
Rashmi, quickly, you can ask your question.
Lakshmi, please.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Hello. Am I audible?
बिल्कुल
Yes.
बहुत अच्छी तरह से बोलिए.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
So I have two questions. The first is that don't you think there should like it should be mandatory for every state in our country to implement RPWD Act? And my second question is that even though we have Article 21, which talks about right to life with dignity and all that, and we also like we have a lot of rights for education, like Article 21A is there. Then we have a separate act for that, which also has a section where right to education for person with disability is mandatory. But I read that in Nepal there is a specific article in constitution, in the constitution of Nepal itself, I guess it's Article 31, which says that right to education for person with disability is a fundamental right and it cannot be denied. So don't you think we should have something like that? Because even though there are laws but still the opportunities are denied.
I got it. Now, as far as India is concerned, as I said, except 4 sections in this RPWD Act, every provision in the Act section is mandatory. Mandatory means if it is not implemented by the concerned authority who is supposed to implement it, then that authority is liable to be punished as per the provisions of the Act.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
In your country, in Nepal, if it is a fundamental right, if somebody denies right to education to a child, that person can be proceeded against for violating the provision of the Constitution. In the as per the mechanism that you have, probably you'll have to go to the court.
Yes.
And the first question was, I think your answer is yes, right?
Yeah, no. In fact, the way she asked the question is where everything should be mandatory. So whatever should be mandatory has to be in the Act.
So can you very?
It is not my choice. It is not my choice. It is the
choice. No, I just want to quickly ask you, what are these 4 things which are not mandatory?
It is one is the schemes of social security for adequate standard living. Okay. That section 24 says that the appropriate government should ensure adequate standard of living for persons with disabilities. Okay. Now, that scheme, how much it should be, that is not mandatory.
Okay.
But in that scheme, that 25% should be higher amount, 25% for persons with disabilities is mandatory. Okay. Now, section 27, that is the financial assistance to the NGOs for rehabilitation of persons with disabilities. What scheme the government will have, how much grant will government give to the NGOs, that depends upon the government. It is not mandatory. It is depending upon the financial status of the state or the center. Then next is incentive to the employers in the private sector. So private sector, there is a provision that government will come out with a scheme for incentivizing employment of persons with disability in the private sector. But it doesn't say, it is again depending upon, subject to this thing. It is not mandatory. The next section is that financial assistance to registered institutions to provide services to implement. Say, government also has certain schemes for its own schemes for implementation, and it gets them implemented through NGOs. Say ADIP scheme.
Yeah.
It says, okay, or say not a deep Deen Dayal Upadhyay scheme for rehabilitation. So for that, government says we'll give you assistance up to 90%, 80%. You can't say give me 100%.
Okay.
It depends on the government. These are the 4 sections.
So maybe we'll have one more question and we close.
Yeah, I'll be grateful.
Okay.
Thank you. Although I would have loved to be here for a longer time, but I have something urgent.
Okay, Harshit, you can ask your question. You can unmute yourself.
Sir, there are various coaching institutes offering coaching to everyone for various competitive exams, which exist only in online mode. So, are they mandated to make their content accessible, or is just they voluntary?
It's a good question, actually.
Yeah, it's a good question, and according to me, yes, because section on accessibility, it says the service provider must provide every service which is accessible. Under that provision, the coaching institutions can be asked to ensure that to provide that service
in an accessible format.
In accessible format. In fact, I'm just trying to recollect. Yes, I had a case of an institution, coaching institution near university, where there was some problem. That boy said, a person with that boy with disability, he had certain issues. Bhandari was his name, I think. So I said, no, you return the money. They said they return the money, something. So because he said certain things were not accessible. So I am saying, even if you have a jalebi shop, as per my law today, accessibility, you have to make that jalebi shop accessible.
So you can take this matter to court. You can take
Why
this
not?
matter. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
So I think on that note, Shruti, we will say thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much for your time. I know
My
there
pleasure.
are a lot more questions unanswered. Maybe we'll organize another session.
I'm also, let me also tell everybody, in case anybody has any queries, you have my email, please send me email. You can, through iWay or any means. I also, my mobile number is also a public number. So people can contact me, no problem.
So maybe your email ID would be something that we can publicize.
Yes, I have no problem.
tddaryal@hotmail.com.
I have no problem. I respond to every email or this thing, but at times it may be delayed because of my preoccupation.